welcome back to Life at Lethbridge. This is episode 16. Today we have yet another guest.
But today, our guest is not someone we picked to cross off our list of subjects who have been on the show.
To someone who the viewers have been asking us to have on for a very long time.
For the second time, because we have recorded an episode with him before.
Whoa.
I know, right? So our guest today is not only a celebrity, but he is a science teacher. I know. Please welcome Mr. Mellor.
Hello, back again.
You are the first ever guest to appear twice on Life at Lethbridge.
I am honoured. I was honoured to be on it last week, but I'm more honoured to be on it twice.
Our recording kind of, how do you put it?
Failed.
We had technical issues. So, Mr. Mellor, for the second time, I'm going to ask you question one.
Okay.
As you're a fan of the podcast, what is your favourite ever podcast episode?
I love them all. I always enjoy listening to them. They're great. But definitely the other science teachers, hearing Miss Jones and Miss Stevenson recently, they were good. Mr. Allen did a really good one. I know Mr. Allen fairly well. Mr. Ralph, Mr. Keenan, there were so many. I think, though, in terms of answering the question, my favourite, I think, was Mr. Smith's. Hearing about him and his band, I found that really interesting. So I'm going to go with Mr. Smith, my buddy next door to me.
Your neighbour.
My neighbour on that MFL corridor. Well, that kind of half MFL, half science, isn't it? That funny corridor we've got.
That answer was so good. It was like you've rehearsed it before.
It's like I've said it before, isn't it? It was almost like, it was coming back to me. Last week I said this, yeah.
It was like you've said it before. We have another question for you. Obviously, we have four questions for you.
Yeah.
Our second question, which
No,
isn't...
we have 5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have 4 questions and 1 mystery question. Sorry, Devon. Question 2, though, isn't so much of a question, but it's what people have been begging to know since you've joined the school.
Oh.
So, as a lot of people know, you have had an experience with the F2 freestylers, Jeremy Lynch and Billy Wingrove.
Billy Wingrove, yeah.
So, just talk us through it. We just want to know about it.
It was very good experience. I know people have seen the video. I know you saw it, Tyler, saw who found that unbelievably.
You had a 3-week.
Must have been very determined how long that took. That was
a good hour.
Good hour.
Yeah, good hour.
But never underestimate our students, I suppose. I should have thought about that. But anyway, so it was like 6 years ago. It was when I was 18, which is unbelievable if you watch the video because I look about 10. Anyway, it was a great experience. I got to go to London for free, have a nice hotel next to the London Eye, and obviously the F2, they're really cool. So I'd seen them on YouTube, I'd seen what they do, so it was really cool to meet them and work with them, talk to them, and obviously we made the video, which was a bit, I think there was something to do with Barclays involved in that. I think it was more of an advert, possibly.
You couldn't write an email.
Yeah, so I could write an email.
You couldn't.
So a lot of students ask, can you write an email? Could you write an email? I can write emails. I could write emails, but obviously the video was kind of showing them helping someone learn how to write an email, which I don't think is their kind of expertise. But anyway,
You couldn't.
It was a good week. Got meals for free and with Calux. People might know him.
Don't like him.
So, Devon, you don't like him, I remember. Yeah.
Don't like him, yeah.
But he was a nice guy. I had a few burgers with him. Had a Nando's with someone, can't remember.
Question 3. Who is your favourite music artist?
Favourite music artist? I'm not massive into music. I'll admit that, because I know a lot of people are into music, like Mr. Smith was talking about music a lot. I'm not massive into music, but I do like music. I listen to it. I'm just not like obsessed with any bands, let's say.
Yeah.
And I don't go to that many gigs. I kind of go to football matches and things. I don't really go and watch music live as much as other people maybe. But Oasis. I was telling you last week about Blossoms, who I don't think you've heard of. I think they headlined that gig for COVID last week. You know, the kind of test thing in Liverpool, if you heard about that. I think Blossoms were the headliners for that kind of, where they were testing out if a gig could go ahead. So Blossoms, Cortinas I like.
Oh yeah.
So I have seen them live a few times. I like them. I do like I've been to a few music festivals and things, so I do like going. But I'm not obsessed with the music, let's say.
Yeah, not a
But
huge music.
let's go with actually Stone Roses to answer the question,
Yes, I remember
because
this now.
yeah, I said, didn't I, last week? This is the one. They play that as the players come out at Old Trafford or just before, so that's my favourite song, I think. So let's go with the Stone
The
Roses.
Stone Roses.
Yeah.
So Stone Roses, Cortinas, Blossoms, and Oasis.
Yeah, all Manchester. Anyone from Manchester will work.
Can I say
for me.
something?
Yeah.
Considering you said you like Mr. Smith's band, Reclaim Vienna was not mentioned once in that.
I know.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, actually, to answer the question, forget all previous answers. Actually, Reclaim Vienna.
Who are the
Yeah.
Stone Roses? when you talk about Reclaim Vienna.
Yeah, that's a good point. The Stone Roses have got nothing on Reclaim Vienna now I think about it.
What do you think of this, sir? This is something that I was pitching to Devon this morning.
Yeah.
Tell him no.
Don't tell me no.
Just hit and run.
Are we making a
This
band? Is
morning.
that what we're going to do?
Well, yeah, I was thinking that. But I was thinking me
Yeah.
and Mr. Smith
Okay.
should collab on a song.
No.
Yeah.
Don't, Mr.
What do you
Show me
play?
dance
I'll
moves.
sing.
You sing.
I'll sing.
And he
Show
plays
me dance
guitar?
moves.
So, Mr. Mellor, into our next part of the show.
Yeah.
Each week, we are currently, don't know how this occurred, I think it was Miss Jones. Currently, we are on a streak of 5
Yeah.
people doing a dolphin impression
Okay.
on the show.
You better not break this.
Do you want to be number 6?
Uh,
Do you want to keep the tradition going?
yes, I do. Yeah. Let's.
Ah.
Not that I can do a dolphin impression. But
least you've
I can
attempted.
pretend. I can try.
Currently, Mr. T is winning for the best one right now.
I don't think I'm going to challenge that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think this is going to be up there, but. Now you
It's
can't
great.
distract. Devon
De-
can't distract me.
Devon,
because
look at the wall.
I struggle as it is to do a dolphin.
Go
Right.
on, sir. Take it away. Mr. Mellor, everybody.
Is that a dolphin? That's not a dolphin at all. That. It does a squeaky noise, doesn't it?
I thought you did it like.
Is it? That's better,
Is
isn't
that
it?
you? Oh, it was you.
That
Yeah, that was good.
I think that was good. Yeah.
Right, so
Yes.
it's you. I'm taking over. Go on.
Question 4.
Dun dun dun.
What's your favourite movie?
Oh, I said this as well last week. It's funny. I'm not big on music. Not that big on movies.
Do you just love football? Is that your?
Yeah,
your
do you know it?
passion?
Do you know?
just
I was
sleep?
I was with friends this weekend and they said pick a movie. They were on Netflix and they wanted me to pick a movie and apparently my decision was terrible.
Flushed away.
It was Norbit that I decided.
That's
Oh,
a good
that's a
film.
good film.
I
You
thought
need
that was
new
a good
friends.
film.
No, I think
Thank
that's
you.
good.
They were all like, "That is the worst decision." We didn't even finish watching it. And
No,
I said to them, "Come on, that's a good."
Norbit's funny.
You know that when she comes down the slide and
Yeah.
goes through the fence. I mean,
But,
that's an
um,
incredible
it's-
scene, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Oh, when she
Eddie,
keeps having-
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really funny, but they
It's a
didn't
great film.
like it. So I'm not that.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay, maybe I am okay at
Show
film.
this episode to your friends.
I will actually. I'll make sure they watch it and hear this.
The two
Some
most
backup.
famous,
Thank you.
and
Should I say?
two most famous podcasters.
Ah,
in
there you go.
Lethbridge.
Yeah.
You
back
should
me up.
find the exact point that it says on this podcast, and I'll send them a little message off
Yeah,
half through
yeah.
the video.
Record
To
it.
Mr. Mellor's friends.
This is coming from the recording studio. Mr. Mellor needs new friends because you don't have good taste in movies.
Oh, they're not gonna like that.
Norbit is an amazing film.
Now it's 3 against.
How many? Five.
Three
Five.
against 5.
But we're right,
Just under
so
the
you
rule of
lose.
6.
Yeah, but we're more famous.
Back to the question. Anyway, so I'm okay with film.
Right,
but
that's sorted. They've got the priority straight.
I changed the question a bit, didn't I, to say series? Because Harry Potter, I love Harry
yeah.
Potter.
I don't.
do
Movie
love
series.
Harry Potter, but you don't like it.
No, I think it's rubbish.
I think it's incredible. It's like going into another world, I think. When I watch that, I'm genuinely enthralled.
I thought they were going to
Whereas
a
with
wall.
some movies, I can't concentrate on the movie and I'll just talk to someone. Terrible in a cinema, I mean.
You always used to say that to me. Do you remember when we'd watch films in primary school? You'd always get really annoyed at me because I'd talk
Yeah.
to you.
I mean, I fell asleep during Avatar. Don't know if you ever watched
Avatar.
That, but I went to the cinema
I
and
became
fell asleep
Avatar.
during Avatar.
Oh,
Because it was about 3 hours, but everyone was saying it was going to be the best film ever.
yeah,
I fell asleep.
it's now just gone back to the highest box office.
Really?
Yeah, like
Kind of highest grossing.
grossing.
film,
That's the
yeah.
word I was looking for. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Avengers Endgame is second.
I saw
Titanic is
That's
third.
rubbish. That's rubbish.
Never seen. I don't think
Joking.
I've seen Titanic still.
I've never seen
Haven't you?
Titanic.
Really?
It's crazy.
She, I hate her. She's so selfish. There was enough room for two people on that door.
He gets so passionate about it.
And
He's never
right,
even watched the film.
if I was in, let me tell you something. All right. She's on the door. You can fit two people on a door. All right.
On a
So
door.
if
That's what
Is
they're
that
on.
what they came out on?
yeah. So she's lying on that door and
Yeah, if I ever do want to watch
didn't
it.
let him get onto it. Oh, if that was me, I would have gone underneath the water and undone that door. Like, it don't matter.
You can get different sized doors, can't you? I
He could have
suppose?
at least
in Devon's
selfish.
defence,
Oh, I hate her.
it was definitely big enough. In Devon's defence,
Bear in mind, Titanic was modern for its day, so them doors were quite
So
big.
what? She didn't let him on the door.
No.
So she survived. He.
She just held onto his hands and went, I'll never let go. Let him go.
Oh, right. Unbelievable.
Now I'm getting hot and frustrated.
And then he, because he died of hypothermia. I'm assuming he was cold.
Yeah.
So.
I've undone that door from beneath her and let her down.
You would have swam under the door.
Yeah,
And
undone it.
opened it.
Just so she would fall to her
So
death.
she'd fall for it. Alright, okay.
Not let him in a
Now
door.
we know what Devon
Selfish.
would do in the Titanic.
Harry Potter. That was my answer.
Oh my god.
I don't
we're
like
so
him
off
either.
track.
Let me tell you something.
Why? What's Harry Potter done now?
I don't like him.
Why? What's he
Oh, you
done?
don't like Harry Potter?
His glasses.
Do you like
Ron
anyone?
Weasley. Hermione. Don't like her. That snake in the sewers on...
Basilisk. No,
I don't know what it is.
Basilisk. I think.
When...
It is.
Oh, no, hate it. And that
Chamber of
Quidditch where they have to
Secrets.
chase a snitch.
Oh.
No, I'd
Boring.
love to play that.
I had a friend who played Quidditch at university. Yeah.
I think he's
a
secretly
secret
passionate.
fan. Yeah.
No.
Are you a fanboy?
Knows everything.
If you talk... I only know certain bits, but they do my head in.
You don't like it.
No.
You done?
I'm finished. Right.
Devon's rant of the day is.
So what is your favourite movie?
So, I mean, Harry Potter is a series. In terms of actual films, I think I told you last week, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Love them.
Yes.
Love them as a duo.
So it's good we re-recorded.
Paulie Alien.
Yeah.
I was on Google last time, if you remember, trying to
I'm
find
impressed
out
by my memory, remembering what I said
Yeah.
last week, because usually I can't remember, what I
He's
did
very
when I
forgetful.
woke up
what you
this
had for tea last
morning.
night.
Yeah. So things like Paul, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Seen
I've
World.
got all of
you ever
those
seen
on
World's End?
DVDs. No.
That-
Is that one of theirs?
Mm.
I need to see
They're
that.
in a pub. Such a good film. Shaun of the Dead though is my god.
That's
Shaun
good
of the
film.
Dead and Paul.
Yes.
I'm legally allowed to watch both of them. They're both 15, just to state.
Any Huzel.
Moving on fast.
The mystery question we
Hey.
have no clue about, because
No
this is
idea.
definitely the first time you've been on the show.
Yep.
This week's question is a complete mystery. We've had to change the last one from last week, just so it remained a mystery.
Because of last week, the footage was later gobbled, as we said. We don't want to redo the same mystery question, so me and Devon are both gonna give him one each that you do not know. Who's going first?
Yeah.
Okay, my mystery question has been said before on this show, and there was so many debates over it. If you were to eat yourself, what would happen? Would you disappear? What would happen? Would you become twice as big?
Are you asking me scientifically here, Tyler? Because
Well, either or.
If you ate yourself,
What
would
do
you
you think
get
would
twice as
happen?
big or disappear?
if
Start
I
on
was
your
to
foot.
eat myself,
Start on your feet, work your way
You
up.
have to be pretty flexible to get up to your head.
or would you just? Oh gosh, yeah. But as soon as you eat,
Would you come?
you know, if
back?
you're eating your own digestive system, then I mean,
It's fine.
Surely just bleed out.
where's that going? It's just gonna come out, isn't it?
So confusing. Mr. Oldham's theory, he'd
Yeah.
come out as one big poo.
Possibly, yeah.
Mr.
But then if you've eaten,
Lennon.
Mm,
Mr. Lennon, what was his? Was Mr. Lennon, you'd disappear.
Mine was just bleed out to death.
Oh yeah, Devon said you wouldn't make it to that far.
you'd be able to eat a fair bit of yourself, I think, if you went for the limbs.
You have to eat quite quick, wouldn't you?
First thing I did, take a chunk out my
But
thigh like
as
that.
soon as you start eating your kind of digestive systems, well, hold on, because you're gonna die before you can keep eating.
That's
aren't
what
you?
I said, you just bleed out.
So yeah, so you bleed to
Okay,
death.
so think of it from a different
as if you can't die.
Okay, your blood faded.
Yeah, as if you're in a cartoon. What would happen?
I bet this has been in a cartoon, hasn't it?
It must have been. Tom and Jerry, I'm
It
reckoning.
will have been in loads of cartoons.
But yeah, so
Changed my
from
answer.
God, last week's mystery question was
I
a lot
changed
my
easier
answer.
than this.
So from a go on, what's yours?
Bearing in mind it's a cartoon, I feel like
I believe in Mr. Oldham's.
anything is possible, right? So I'd make my top lip massive, wrap it round myself so I could eat myself in one, but I won't be able to swallow it as a circle, so I'll just be a little ball on the floor.
Yeah.
So Devon's gonna be one big lip.
So are you wanting a theory? You want me to make a theory here
Of
from
what will
what
happen.
If
You don't have blood in
So
this
I don't
scenario.
know factually what would happen. I don't think anyone does.
Your blood is literally just gelatin, so it's just a blob.
And I'm too tired to try factually now, so I'm just gonna say that.
It's an interesting thought, isn't it?
Really is, yeah. I think you'd turn into let's say you'd be a bit of a blob. Because if you've eaten your arms and legs, you're kind of not going to have your structure anymore, really, are you? So, yeah, a big blob that rolls around. I reckon you'd become a big blob that rolls around.
So Mr. Mellor's theory has become a blob.
Yeah, I didn't do too well.
Devon's
there,
has
did I?
become one big lip.
No, just a skin ball.
A skin ball, okay. Mr.
Oldham was a poo.
Mr. Oldham was the poo.
Mr. Lennon
One
was...
big walking Mr. Oldham poo.
A bit like the emoji. I
Yes.
imagine, yeah.
And then what was Mr. Lennon's? Was he disappear?
Yeah,
He thought you'd disappear.
and you said twice as big, didn't you?
No, I didn't say twice. But I did at first, but then I kind of I don't know. I just come out, but backwards.
Out your rear end then.
Backwards.
Yeah, so if I was to eat myself, right?
Yeah.
Think about it, you go in that way, so you come back out. But yeah,
So you
your
just
head
regain
would
the
be
But the
facing
thing about this
forward.
is you can't have two of you, can you? You wouldn't then have. You know, how would you eat yourself
It's so hard.
fully? You can't
I would
fully
open
eat
my
yourself,
throat.
can you?
Put a whole leg down me. So then, every time I pooed, I'd get a prosthetic, and then have two of me.
This is getting very complicated now.
I think.
It was all.
You just wait, no, because you would chop this bit off, ram it down your throat, make it come out your buttocks, and then whilst that's processing, you get a prosthetic, and then with that one, you. So then you're made it literally out of metal, and then you've got a you that's a floppy turd.
So Devon's theory is that if you eat yourself, you become Colossus.
You clone yourself.
Right. Okay.
Crazy question.
My mystery question: would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands? I'd go hands for feet because then you'd just be like a monkey.
I
and
think
you
I
could
would
do
as well, and you'd
everything
still be
like-
able to run around. I think.
Yeah, you'd just be like a.
Whereas
monkey
if you
without
had
hair.
if you had feet for hands, that would really ruin you in terms of eating and stuff.
You wouldn't be able to have a cup of tea or anything.
No. Yeah.
So I'm
Definitely
bothered about.
hands for feet.
I'm gonna agree with both of you on that one.
So you
That's
just
it.
have 4 hands. Yeah.
You need the reverse.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Now it's time where the roles reverse.
My question I came up with for you two was, because you asked me that question too, I thought, if you could spend a week with any celebrities, so it can be,
Have I got to choose one this time?
so let's say 2 celebrities for a week,
Just two.
and what you would
What you
want
do.
to do, yeah.
Okay.
Do
Because
we have to be with each other? Just use 3 or?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with yeah.
Okay, so I've
Yeah.
got 2 answers then.
Go on, Devon.
So, Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. and Kevin Hart and The Rock.
Right. We said, yeah, Tom Holland.
Well, you'll have to go with your first one because Rock's out with me in the
Oh
weekend.
yeah, I'll just go with Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. then.
Rock's
Good
out with
looking.
me in the weekend. So
I mean, because they seem fun. So,
And do I sound like Tom Holland?
you do sound like
yeah.
Tom Holland. A little bit.
Couldn't remember what you said. when
for
you
the
said
record, can you say croissant?
yes. Croissant.
Tom Holland.
Is it? Right, okay.
You are Tom Holland. I don't know why croissant.
Because they said that he says it a bit like Quaxon.
Yes, I remember that.
He's
Yeah,
done
but
quite a few things, hasn't he?
yeah, it was on the. There's this Google thing where they have to.
This is me, actually me.
Yeah, something like that. Like they answer the most searched questions on Google about them, and
That's the most searched about Tom
One
Holland,
was
is
How
it?
Does Tom Holland
Oh,
Sing?
right.
Croissant or something.
I'm gonna have to go home and listen to him because people keep saying I sound like him.
You
but-
do a bit. My
Yeah.
two people that I'd spend the weekend with. The Rock. Shush. The Rock. And Sylvester Stallone. My two favourite actors, and just The Rock is just awesome, isn't he? I would go with them to. No, I wouldn't go there. I'd go to. It's a week.
Yeah.
You say?
You've got a whole week. You could go a few places. Like in that week we did quite a lot.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, you might. I mean, because my thing was a work experience thing, so I did kind of see what they did, watch what. So you might go on set, let's say, with them if they're film stars, I suppose.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Probably go to Hollywood with The Rock and,
Yeah.
and Sylvester
Get a flight.
Stallone.
Get a flight to Hollywood. could
Yeah.
do.
On The Rock's private jet, of course.
Oh yes.
And then Sylvester Stallone's boat, if he has one. Better have. He's got to have a boat, hasn't
He should do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably has a few, doesn't he?
Yeah, about 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Nice.
You've said yours, haven't you?
Yeah.
What would you do with Tom Holland and RDJ?
Go on film set, make them pay for my food.
Is that it? You're going to go on set and make them pay for your dinner?
For a week, I probably just have a week's sleepover at the houses. Like first half of the week there at Tom's, and second half at
Sorry,
Robert's.
it's just how you've said it as if they're like your mates. Oh, I'm going Tom's. Going Robbie's. Oh, that would be cool. If I was
It's
friends.
Robert.
No, but you call him Robbie because you're alright. Like, you're close.
Oh, because
Because you're
we're
busy.
pals.
Yeah. If I was The Rock's friend, I'd call him Dwayne.
You'd call yourself Pebbles.
The Pebbles and The Rock. Right, so you have been a great guest twice. Spent a lot of time with you over the 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks.
Yeah, the two
Yeah.
separate days on which we've
Yeah, which we've recorded.
Yeah.
Devon's already going, he's had enough.
See you later, Devon. Good to see you.
Well, seeming you've been on twice
Yeah.
and you're such a huge fan of the show,
Mm.
I think you should do the outro for us today.
Right.
So goodbye from me. Time for Mr. Mellor.
This has been Life at Leftwich, episode 16, the famous double recorded episode. Devon's doing his best to distract me, but absolutely not happening. Have a wonderful day, whoever you are, wherever you're listening. Goodbye.
Oh, you just lived the dream, sir.
There you go. There you go.
Goodbye.